Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to work on this thing. Alright. I don't know how this works. Trying to share screen. Let's try entire screen. Maybe that works. It's working not. Was I muted? Oh my god, I hate StreamYard. It means I have to go back over everything I just said. Did you guys hear anything I said? I feel like a total dunce right now. I was trying to share stuff out, and for some reason... Oh, fuck me. God damn it. I had all these articles open. I was reading from them, and for some reason it said it muted me. Fuck. All right, let's start over. Glad this is live, so I can just keep on reading like a dumbass. All right. Well, it was sharing. No, I wasn't AFK. I'm still learning the StreamYard shit. I was trying to share. It looked like I was sharing, but apparently I muted my audio when I was sharing. That's bullshit. Should not have muted it. I didn't touch it. The fucking StreamYard did. No, I wasn't AFK, Jeff. Just... That's what I get for not knowing how to do fucking StreamYards very well. It says it helps to have two screens. Well, I can have two tabs open and do that. Obviously it worked, but it muted me for some stupid reason. Well, technically, you guys still saw what I was presenting, right? You saw the articles and everything. All right, well, I showed you examples, pictures of Pareidolia. Let me bring up that fucking article again. It's pissing me off. I won't share the screen because it will mute me for some stupid reason. Basically, when you see or hear things, like when you see images and things, like regular things, and then if you hear something, say, God, I was saying some really good information too. So let me bring up back the article and go over it briefly. Because the article mentioned a lot of different pareidolia. Well, when I tried to share it, it shared it, but it said it muted my mic for some stupid reason. Why would you mute a mic when you're sharing your screen? It has nothing to do with audio. Unless you're trying to play a video. That's different. Because I was sharing articles and stuff and pictures. I wasn't sharing audio. Oh, fuck it. Anyway, I've only been on for, 21 minutes. So if you guys want to, here. I'm going to do something real quick. Okay, now this is up. I will go over what I was reading on mute. So basically, this live science article, it's a scientific article, they explain pareidolia, which is seeing faces in unusual places and hearing unusual words and like common things like, music. And I was giving so many examples, and I fucked it all up. It's not my day, people, not my day. So, you guys heard the ink blot test, obviously. The ink blot test, like psychologists use it to find out how somebody's doing mentally, how stable they are mentally. So basically you take ink, put it on one side of the paper, you fold the paper in half, and you reopen it, and it forms a new image. And you do this several times, and you got what we call the Rorschach ink blot test, and it's an actual official test. You could do it at home, but apparently they have some official ones that you get to look at, but you can make your own images this way. And it's just basically like a test for people to test their mental state. All right. Sorry, I'm getting pop-up ads. So basically, there's always famous examples of pareidolia. Like I was trying to explain before I was muted, that people seeing Jesus in toast or Jesus on the butt of a goat, which was kind of ironic. Let's see, they've seen images of the Virgin Mary on a tree stump, or a face on a stone, face on the trunk of a tree. The face on Mars was a really famous one, which might have been some form of ancient civilization. People thought they heard Paul is dead on his record from the song Strawberry Fields Forever. The flour tortilla Jesus, which actually happened back in 1977. This woman sold a grilled cheese with the image of Jesus on eBay. 10-year-old grilled cheese sandwich, mind you, an old one, for $28,000 on eBay in 2004. In the same year, a guy discovered a Cheeto that looked like Jesus for Cheetos. Came out with that little contest. If you see an image in our Cheetos, take a picture and win money. Lots of Jesus on food. That's very common. Trees. Somebody saw Mother Teresa in a cinnamon bun. And let's see, it was on display at a cafe until somebody stole it on Christmas Day, which is kind of sad. They probably went to go sell it. But they're saying that pareidolia happens for a reason, and it's not a bad thing. There was somewhere else I read that it's actually a good thing, because your brain is really wired and focused, and just because you see faces doesn't mean you're mental. Some people do, some people don't. Hold on. Yes. Sorry for the interruption. It's my daughter. Yeah, that one. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, back to what I was reading before I was interrupted. They say that pareidolia happens because it's a psychological determination for many delusions that involve the senses. Well, not necessarily delusion, but they're saying that's behind the whole sightings of UFOs, Elvis, Loch Ness Monster, and I was saying heavy metal records. There was a rumor going around that if you played heavy metal records backwards, that it would summon the devil himself. Really stupid. Because people didn't like heavy metal, so they would say, "Oh, it's the devil's music. If you play it backwards, you can summon him." Blah blah blah. Not true. So often pareidolia has religious overtones. People that are religious or believe strongly in the supernatural are more likely to see faces in objects and landscapes. And Carl Sagan said it was actually a survival tool to differentiate between friend or foe. But sometimes, people get patterns of light and shades mixed up, and like on rocks and whatever. It's like during caveman era, and then we get scared of something simple that was really just a trick of the light or whatever. Leonardo da Vinci, the Italian painter, he says artists use it as an artistic device. take stains, stones, whatever, and turn it into something like mountains, rivers, rocks, trees, valleys, whatever. And he used to use that a lot in his art. And sometimes people use this to put hidden images in their artwork, which was called an Easter egg. My grandpa used to do this. He used to hide a hummingbird in all his Western art. And if you can find the hummingbird, then that was cool. Yeah, illusions, not really delusions, but originally it was considered delusional to see things that weren't there. But nowadays they say it's actually a healthy thing to do. Yeah, exactly. It's like Carl Sagan said, it was usually, he believes that it was a fight or flight response, recognizing an image, whether it's friend or foe. Like if you saw um, what looked like something dangerous, obviously you wouldn't touch it. If it's something stuck out to you that, looked kind of creepy, then you wouldn't go there. And he's got a point. So there was also the oh God, I'm butchering it. There was this one writer who, in 1971, believed the discovery. His name was Konstantin Rodive, I think. He discovered the electronic voice phenomenon, EVP, in 1971. EVP has been described as auditory pareidolia. Hidden messages in popular music has been described as auditory pareidolia. Hence, not backwards per se, but like if you ever listen to a song and sometimes you think it's trying to say something other than what it's saying. That's one example. And then, of course, the ink blot test, as we talked about before, is called directed pareidolia. Like they purposely show you an image and want you to see something in it. So they can kind of get like a psychological profile of your mental state. So yeah, that's basically what I was trying to say. Hey, butterfly kisses. So yeah, I wasn't meaning for this to have a chat with it. I was going to record it, but then the way I would normally record with YouTube, I couldn't actually show you, screen share what I was looking at. And of course, when I did that, I was able to screen share, but you couldn't hear me talking. So you guys in the beginning got like a visual without the audio. But that's okay. I'll keep that. It's fine. It's quite all right. Because then I kind of go on to explain later basically what I just went over. And that's okay. But if you guys have got any questions or want to see more examples, to see how pareidolia kind of ties in with pareidolia ties in with the paranormal, supernatural stuff like that. Seeing spirits, seeing something. Usually, and there's another thing. Photos. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. Photos, digital photos have a matrixing. I can't talk today. My brain's going 1,000 miles an hour, and I can't talk. It's just like blah, 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 blah. But anyway, so digital pictures, whether on your cell phone or computer, will usually matrix because of the quality of the picture. Like, is it 1080i or is it 740p or whatever? And the more you zoom in, the more it gets matrix. So yeah, the increase of pareidolia happens. This can get confused for seeing something that's not actually there, hence pareidolia. And in order to fix that, it's best to take like an actual picture that's not digital, unless like say You take an old one of those old style cameras, either Polaroid or the ones where you go develop the film, you go take a picture, you'll get less matrixing that way, or you just clean it up, and you can tell if it's actually something there or not. But a lot of people like it with the technology we have today. The more you zoom into a picture to see what's there, the more your mind's trying to make sense of it, and the increase of pareidolia will happen. And that's why a lot of people are like, well, I don't see anything there, and I just see a bunch of pixels, so kind of defeats the purpose of the picture. So if you were to see it kind of zoomed out and less pixelated, then you can get a better idea. But the more people zoom in using technology, digital devices, and computers, the more pareidolia increases. But if you get like a smooth camera, like I said, and try to take a picture that way, or when you're out in nature and you're using your own eyes, you can still have pareidolia. But it's a little bit easier to do when you're using your own eyes versus digital technology. Say like you may see a face in the trunk, but when you take a picture of it, whether digital or not, many other people may not see that particular face. And that's another thing. Pareidolia, it varies from person to person. Like 1 out of 10 people probably don't see what the other 9 people see. Like, oh, here's a picture of a spirit, and everyone's like, oh yeah, I can see it. Oh yeah, yeah. And that one person's like, nope, I don't see it, or all I see is pixels or whatever. It's interesting how other people say, oh, I swear this is what I see. Our mind can play tricks on us, or maybe there is really something there, but only certain people can see it. So does that mean there's nothing there? Not necessarily. Yeah, exactly. Pictures in the clouds. It's all based on personal observation. Like you can lay down under the sky on the grass, looking up at the clouds, and say, "Hey, look, I see a giraffe." Another person's like, "Well, I see a crocodile." They don't always see the same thing, and it's hard when people have different beliefs because that shapes what they see. Yeah, and as children, we have a great imagination, and pareidolia is like rampant, and it's like nobody cares because like, oh yeah, sure you see a tiger in the woods or whatever, blah blah blah. But if there wasn't really a tiger, people wouldn't believe the kids because they think they're using their imagination. So that would be a bad thing. I don't know. Like there's so many examples. Like I said, there's also the auditory pareidolia. Yep, pattern matching. We see patterns in things. There are some famous people that used to see patterns in everyday stuff. Of course, he had schizophrenia. The guy was like a genius and all that, but he suffered from schizophrenia. He thought he was. If you guys ever seen A Beautiful Mind, that's another thing. He had slight pareidolia. Well, actually, he had a lot of pareidolia. And we'll look it up. The guy behind A Beautiful Mind. Let's see. Beautiful Mind with. Oh my God, what is his? The Australian actor. Holy fuck. Yes, the guy suffered from schizophrenia, but he was always trying to find patterns and stuff too. The guy was named John Forbes Nash Jr. He was a mathematical genius. He discovered a lot of different things. He had a lot of issues. He had to go through like a lot of shock therapy and stuff like that. Eventually, like the schizophrenia never left him. He would see people that weren't there. He used to do things for people that weren't there. He thought he was like a spy, and he had to figure out codes and everyday things. And that was a form of pareidolia, but his was like extreme form, which was schizophrenia. Hey, RJ. Yeah, Russell Crowe. Thanks, Steve. Russell Crowe. He played the guy in Beautiful Mind. He played uh John Nash. And the dude lived a long life, and he got many awards. I mean, they always say some people who are genius are touched with a bit of madness. So, pareidolia or not. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna mute for a second. Okay. Sorry about that. Well, dreams are different, kind of a different topic. We're actually talking about pareidolia. In dreams, your mind can do anything and everything. Yeah, but I think, Jeff, that actually probably has to do with something that really is there. It's just we can't see it, like gas. Like you could smell gas, but you know it's there. Like if there were a gas leak, you could smell rotten eggs, right? But you can't see the gas. So it's kind of like that with animals. They could see something that's there that we can't see because animals can perceive things that we can't. That wouldn't be pareidolia, though. That would be kind of borderline, like your pineal gland, the third eye, and stuff like that. And animals tend to have like that ESP when it comes to predicting earthquakes before they happen or storms before they roll in. Possible spirits or entities that may be right in front of us, but we can't see it because our mind is not that open. But yeah, this is good discussion topics like what is pareidolia and what is it not. Um, that's another thing. Yes, I'm in my bedroom because I don't feel like going out there and sitting on that hard ass chair, bright ass lights. Yeah. Uh, well, see, now there's articles saying the pareidolia is dangerous or can be dangerous. So there's so many reasons behind pareidolia. Like there's science, people it's the fight or flight response. You know, recognizing what's dangerous and what's not. Others see it as a tool for art, like I said. Um, why would it be dangerous? Uh, Maybe because you might see something, get scared, and trip. Maybe that's the only danger I see in seeing something that's not there. You know, like a face that's not there, I would say. Okay, yeah, that's just talking about. Yeah, that's not dangerous. There's talking about ghost hunters. Like, they're saying, so you don't run into that whole pareidolia issue when you're doing a paranormal investigation, is to investigate your area that you're going to go into in the daytime to make sure you know what you're investigating, like what's there, like is there stairs, is there an attic, is there something on the floor that's natural, are there nails, you know, is there like outlets, you know, something that you might perceive as something else in the dark, is what they're trying to say. The people who communicate with spirits, they're more likely to be to see pareidolia or to have pareidolia. On the answer. No, no, no. It wasn't a religious nut. It was just referring to people being safe when they're doing paranormal investigations, because somebody might, you know how Zach Baggins, I'll drop his name, like he accidentally runs into something and he swears to see something, but then he turns on the light and he debunks it as like, oh, it was just an outlet, or oh, it was just something hanging. You know, that's what they mean by it being dangerous. Like, be careful when you're in the dark. Like, if you go there ahead of time. Make sure you know what's in that area in the daytime, so when it's dark, you kind of familiarize. Was even a word? Excuse me. Familiarize with your surroundings so you don't get hurt. Oh, okay, Jeff. Sorry. Um, but yeah. Um, so yeah, pareidolia is not. Spirits can actually be there. Pareidolia is seeing patterns or faces in lifeless objects. Now, if you're seeing something floating in the air and it's not on a wall or a tree or on an object, then that's something different. That's like an ESP, extrasensory perception. Different, way different than pareidolia. Um, but if you believe in the supernatural and the paranormal and you're religious, you're more prone to pareidolia, is what they were trying to say. You're more prone to see images. Say you're Catholic, you're more prone to seeing the Virgin Mary or the Lady of Guadalupe, whatever, in like a thing of toast, or I see it in, you know, my wooden dresser drawer, you know, stuff like that. Your belief system shapes what you see. Okay, Dee. Uh, have a good night. Oh, yeah. Oh, and the sun's coming through. And the kitty is awake. Meow. But you see where I'm going with this, right? Um, so if you guys got any other questions or other ideas or something similar, you can. Yeah, it's an interesting topic. A lot of people get pareidolia confused for other things, or they don't even really know what it is. They're like, "Oh, I see this and I see that." I said, "Yeah, it's pareidolia." And like, no, 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 it's really there. No, it's okay to say it's pareidolia. It doesn't mean it's not there. Really there. It's what other people perceive to be there. You know. So saying like you saying you see the fairies, and ghosts and spirits, you're more prone to it. But saying you see fate, it doesn't mean it's pareidolia. Now, if you see an image of Pan in a tree, that's pareidolia. You know, it's seeing things, seeing patterns and faces and stuff in actual objects that don't move, that are not alive, that are like just sitting there. Like, say I'm looking at my blanket and I see a face. Actually, what did I see? I think I saw a dragon one time. I had my crystal ball up and it was reflecting my blanket one time, and I actually posted it on my Instagram that it looked like a dragon face, which was really cool, by the way. That was Pareidolia. And there's lots of, and because of being pagan, that's why I saw a dragon. Now, maybe if I was Christian, I might have seen the devil instead of a dragon. Like I said, your beliefs shape what you see and what you hear and what you believe in. So many religious people, like I said, it has religious overtones. Many people say, "Oh, I seen Jesus in a piece of toast once." Does it really mean it was Jesus in a piece of toast? No. I mean, I said, "Hey, look, I seen a snake in my." And drawings too. Like you can see, for example. Hold on. I'll give you like a little test. Hold on. Let me see. Where did I put that? I'll be right back. Hi, kitty. Close this. Oh, you went out? You want to go out? Go out. You go out? You want me to go out? Go. Keep the door closed, sweet. All right. Now. Yeah, exactly. Nobody really knows what Jesus really looked like. And he's definitely not the white-skinned, blue-eyed, brown-haired guy that everybody portrays him as. But hey, they want somebody to worship, so they make him in their own image. And they always use that Bible phrase, "Oh, he created us in his own image." You know how many different people are on this planet? Anyway, I'm not trying to be sacrilegious or whatever you want to call it. I don't hate on Christianity. I just think it's kind of funny because there's so many different people, race, and cultures on this planet. Like, how can you make one person out of the image of everybody? You can't. Not logically, anyway. Here is an example of me drawing from my subconscious, not really thinking and just doodling, and then shading in. Now, from this drawing, it's not an ink blot test. If you look at it, you can start to see things in it. Like I saw a fish. I actually wrote down what I saw in it. I saw a fish, hearts, phallic symbol, a fist, a closed fist. I saw a stinger of a scorpion. I saw leaves, a tail, a spoon, thorns like from a rose, vines, tendrils. So, here. What do you guys see? Crap, hold on. What do you guys see in this picture? One AM here. Okay, Bone. Have a nice night. Or morning, whichever. See? It depends on how you look at it. See? Always depends on how you look at it. Yeah, birds, fish, stuff like that. I mean, you can go closer into it and start to like take more time looking at it, and more things will appear to you. Obviously, for me, when I look at pictures, especially when there's supposed spirits in there, I start to see spirit faces, which is a form of pareidolia. Now, not necessarily seeing spirits in thin air, but if you see uh, faces in smoke, or you see faces in shadows, that is pareidolia. Now, is that really spirit? Could be. Maybe it's trying to manifest in some way, and the only way to do it is through smoke, vape, shadow, light, whatever. But then that's where pareidolia gets tricky. Beetlejuice, nice. Girl hugging Beetlejuice. Yeah. See, and if you were to flip one of those ink blots around, like they always show you head on, but flip it to the side, flip it upside down, flip it to the other side, it's going to change. So I don't think the ink blot test might be like a fun thing to do, but I don't think that it's a good judgment of mental stability, because everybody, you can test 5 people with the same image, they'll all have something different. Doesn't mean they're all mental or all have something wrong with them. No, they all see something different because we all think differently. I hope so anyway. Uh, like I said, I don't know if they even take into account flipping it upside down, turning it sideways, and stuff like that. Colors can matter. Black and white matters. Like this is black and white. What if I added color to it? Would that change it? Maybe. I don't know. But yes. So, I probably might start experimenting with my own ink blot test. Like here, when I started painting this, all I got was like patterns that kind of came to me. I mean, some of you might consider this like abstract. Oh, yeah, of course. But they say dark humor comes from trauma and being exposed to things such as death and violence and all that. Hell, that would be a lot of people, in my opinion. But yeah, this was just a random pattern I came up with and consider it like abstract piece of art. Even in art, you can find patterns. Oops. Etc. Yeah. Um, so you can find patterns in everyday things. Sometimes there are obvious patterns. Sometimes there are only patterns that you see. Sometimes they're purposely uh, subliminal messages and things that we wouldn't pick up consciously, but we would subconsciously. Oh, kitty, close the door when you come in. Don't meow at me. You're so naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty kitty. Woo. You want to join the stream? Oh, kitty. Oh, kitty, so calm. Hi. Ugh, there you go. Breathe it. Oh my gosh, my hair getting in my face. I'll take off my glasses. What are you doing? No, you cannot lie down here. No, thank you. But yes, you can see a lot of it in everyday things, like I was saying. Hell, sometimes when I'm not even thinking, I start seeing faces and whatnot. And I've taken a few pictures of Pareidolia on my Facebook page, on my Instagram. I don't think I've put any on YouTube, but except for now that I'm talking about Pareidolia, I put it on my YouTube. So yeah, is that you that posted the mini leopard meme on Facebook? That could have been me, Jeff. I don't know. I post so much stuff on Facebook. Uh, that's nice, butterfly kisses. Uh, doo, doo, doo. Yeah, I think that was probably me. Yep, I think that was me, Jeff. So, um, I don't know how long I was going to do the stream. It was just to talk about Pareidolia. Really was just going to record a video and upload it, but like I said, I really wanted to show examples, and StreamYard was the only way, so it muted me in the beginning. So I do apologize for that. I'll have to make a note in the video when it uploads that there's no audio when I start screen sharing, but you probably don't really need audio for that. Um, Someone wanted to be pagan rich. Where would you have them start? Good question. I would just start researching at the library and at that's where I started. I was 16. I watched movies. Of course, Hollywood distorts a lot of things. Movies got me interested, but I went further and deeper into the topic by going to bookstores, buying books, going to the library, looking up books. Nowadays, libraries actually carry new age books where you can get that kind of information. And it's really good to do the research on your own. Google will only get you so far. The internet will only show you so much, which is okay. It could get you started. Say, hey, you want to learn about a certain topic, get a little bit of info, then you take that info, you look for a certain book by a certain author. Scott Cunningham is an awesome author. He has so many books out. Hold on. Cat always leaving the door open. Were you born in a barn? No, born in Washington. But yeah. Um, yeah, that's the way to get started. Start doing your own research. Join a coven if you so wish. I prefer to be solitary, as I do not like others tell me what to do in a coven, because coven's like joining a church in a sense. Like you got your uh, higher ups, you got your depths and all that kind of thing. It's just hang out with like-minded people. Find somebody who has more knowledge than you and hang out with them, become friends with them, do things together, that kind of thing. grow grow with other pagans. That is how you learn to be a pagan witch. Pagan is just believing in earth stuff. Hey, please be quiet. Sorry, got interrupted. Yes, I've been a pagan witch since I was 16. I'm 39 now. So that's a lot of years of learning. Really, cat? And then my familiar Harmony likes to bust through my front door. Like it's nothing. Stop doing that. You don't own the place. You think you do. You don't own the place. You're cute. You're not that cute. Dork. But yes. So, that's kind of off topic, but that's the best advice I can give you. I'll probably be doing some pagan series videos where I can upload information like authors and stuff to research. It's just going to be basic info. It's not, I can't show you what I do. I can't show you wow, I'm about to say a word that doesn't even exist. I can't show you rituals or spells that I do. I don't show my own work because you're not supposed to, and I don't talk about it. But I can direct you in the right direction. I won't say Google because that's really not a good way to become a pagan witch. Internet's good for only so much. Unless you're looking up internet the library on the internet, like say university library, or a certain site that actually can show you where to find that book. That's the only reason you should use the internet to become pagan witch. Initially, you have tools, but eventually you won't need those tools because you are your best tool. And I'm going too much off the subject of pareidolia. But with that, I think that's it, unless you guys have any other questions related to pareidolia. Anybody else have any questions relating to the topic? Other than what I've already pretty much gone over stupidly earlier. It's practice. I gotta learn to figure out why I get muted on Streamlabs when I'm sharing, but I think it was a simple explanation. Okay, cool. I mean, it's really, I could give you thousands of examples of pareidolia and what it's not, but other than that, what I put in the beginning of the video, once this loads up, you can go back and look at the beginning. It shows you the articles that I read over because I screen shared them. Really, kitty? Oh, crap. She got into the... Did you find the catnip spray? Yes. Okay. I'm going to go get the catnip spray from her before she starts dripping it all over the place. It's in a bottle and she's rolling all over it. So, without further ado, I will talk to you guys later and appreciate you coming to the stream. I didn't want to go very far on the stream. Thank you all who came in. Sorry if you came in late. Hey, James, I'm about to close the stream now. This was just like a short, brief thing on pareidolia. Once it uploads, you can kind of go back. Most of the information's in the beginning without audio, which is my bad. But you guys have a good one. I'll probably be uploading videos in a little bit on other topics. So that will be through YouTube and not doing a Streamlabs stream. I think I'll only do one live stream and then a couple uploaded videos of information. So if you have any questions, go back once it's uploaded and it should answer any questions, especially if you came in late. Apologize, James. You're a little late to the party. But thanks for coming.